Hi everybody, Dan Schinder here on Drum Talk TV at the NAMM Show 2015 with Mr. Alan White at the Ludwig booth. How are you, Alan?
I am fine. Good. Getting over a cold, but it's a lot better today.
I've never heard of that at NAMM.
Well, you got to be careful here. There's too many people shaking your hands.
Yeah, that's why with Drum Talk TV now we just bump butts instead of shaking hands.
Well, it's going to be that way pretty soon.
Hey, I want to start out by asking you, we're here at Ludwig, and you've been with Ludwig for how long?
It's scary. It's about 42 years.
42 years. What is the biggest thing that has evolved through, not necessarily the company business-wise, but with the gear? A lot of drummers are gearheads. We're into the stuff. What's been the thing that has remained the same that has kept you there, and what has evolved that you admire?
Well, Ludwig's had its ups and downs. It went through different trading things and getting things made in different countries and stuff like that. But I think they settled on a new alloy now. The product is so much better than it used to be. And quite honestly, I think there's nothing else like it. Like I say, I've been playing for 42 years, and it's always served my purpose.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you know how many Ludwig kits you've had?
I'm in the Ludwig booth. I don't tell you how many I've got, but I've kept them all.
What's that?
I've kept them all, so
yeah.
I think I have something like 15 different kits of different sizes and stuff.
Is there, do you typically stay with the same type of shells and hardware, or have you gone back and forth and tried some different things?
I'm pretty settled on what I play right now, which is the thinner shell. And you can get a better tone out the drum, I think, because the kind of music I play in, it's diverse, and you play in jazz sometimes, then you play in rock and roll and R&B and a lot of different kinds of things. So it suits a general versatile kind of approach to playing drums with lots of different styles of music.
Right, and of course being a part of of course, for 1,003 years, the music you've put out has been so versatile. So I got to think, seeing you on tour, every tour since '78, the music within a show is so diverse. You need something that's going to serve that purpose and do that.
Yeah. Tone-wise, I get everything I want out of the equipment, and Ludwig have always been really good to me, and if anything breaks, if ever, because quite often if you play the drums right, they shouldn't break. So, and I've been a firm believer in that for a long time. So I treat them like a very delicate instrument. I don't just try and beat the hell out of it all the time, but it's the way you tune it and the way you hit it. And I get some guys coming up to me that I give lessons to. He said, "How can I stop breaking sticks? I break a stick every show, or 2 or 3 times in a show." And I'm going, "Well, you're not playing them right. So you don't break sticks. You just wear them out."
Right. It's all on how you play. Yeah. Use your tools. Can you give us any Yes news at all?
We're taking a little bit of a rest right now. We're taking a few months off. We did a hell of a lot of shows last year, and so I think it's in the region of 80 to 90 shows. So somewhere in that area. I stopped counting after about 50. So we did a lot of work last year, and we're just taking a few months away from everything. Everybody's taking a rest. And we're going back to it kind of end of spring, going into summer.
Are you doing any projects around where you live in your community or elsewhere?
Yeah, I have my own band in Seattle. We occasionally play, usually for charity kind of functions and to make money. I'm working on a show coming up this coming year at some time for Autism with Seattle Children's Hospital. So.
Wonderful.
That's going to be a wonderful show that we're trying to put together for later in the year.
Please let us know the details of that so we can put some information out on that.
Yeah, and we're looking at getting quite a lot of pretty big names up there. So it could be a really memorable show.
That's great. Whenever we interview Alan, I like to ask him something about the olden days. And actually, this question, the olden days.
Sounds like I'm getting a golden watch.
You deserve much more than that. But this question actually comes from one of our other correspondents. His name is Andrew McCauley. And he says, you've got to ask Alan, where did he come up with the fills from for Instant Karma? He just loves, and like a lot of people, we love that. But do you remember, like, did you work on stuff? Was it spontaneous? Did you plan it out? Did you write it out?
I was kind of like I was pretty young when I made that. I was 20 years old. And one of my kind of philosophies about drumming was I was going through this whole period where anybody can kind of hit a groove and stay with a shuffle like Instant Karma is. That I thought, well, when it comes to the drum breaks, why not step out of the meter into a rock and roll meter just for the drum break? So that was my thought, and well, I seem to have pulled it off because Mark Hudson from the Hudson Brothers, he almost has to run to the bathroom when he hears it. He just dances up and down. He said, play the song, play it again. Start the song with that drum break. Finish the song with the drum break. And I'm going, Mark, it's a drum break, okay?
Great. Alan, thanks so much for joining us again here on Drum Talk TV, and keep us posted with your other projects, and definitely let me know when you're coming to Vegas again.
And Ludwig, the only way to go.
There you go. Alan White here with myself, Dan Schinder, here on DrumTalkTV.com. Thanks.